Hi, Dr. Glenna Rice here, Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids Facilitator. What if being different was a gift? What if parenting from a different possibility with questions was actually something that created more? I mean, who would actually want to be normal? You'd want to be normal for what reason? What has normal ever created? It's where we're different that creates the most, it creates the greatest, it creates the futures we're asking for, not from being normal. So, as a parent, I found these tools many years ago when my children were much younger. And one of the access tools is about fear, because being normal, a normal parent in this reality is about, being afraid for your children, being worried for your children, being concerned. And if you're a bad parent if you don't do this, you're a normal parent if you do. But what if you're an exceptional parent if you look at it from a totally different place? What if your best protection from your children was awareness, not from fear? Fear has never created anything. It's a total distraction from awareness. I'd love to share with you a story about how this totally changed for me. My youngest daughter, she was about 3 or 4, and we went to this resort. And it was one of the 7-day events for Access, and I was so excited to bring all my kids to this. And she was swimming, and I was now a third baby mama. I'd had my third kid, and she had not had swimming lessons. I'd definitely gotten the other two in swimming lessons, but she was one that I had not gotten the time or fitted into our lives. So here she is in this swimming pool, and she chooses, crazy young fabulous girl she was, to start jumping into the deep end. Now all my hackles went up. All of the normal parenting fear, blah, 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 came up instantly. And I was on the other side of the pool, and I stood up, and then I remembered questions. Well, so truth, is she going to be safe? And I got, yeah, it's totally light. Oh, wow, okay. So I stood there and allowed her, without fear in my universe, to do this crazy thing. A 3-year-old jumping off into the deep end who can't swim. And she would jump. And then she'd swiggle herself to the side of the pool. And she jumped again. And she jumped again. And then she jumped again. And she did it over and over and over and got herself to the side. Totally easy. And she basically taught herself how to swim in about 20 minutes without swimming lessons and without her mom being afraid for her or pretending I was afraid or doing normal parenting fear. And that gift of me willing to be different allowed her to create something extraordinary with her body, which has been a gift to me. I teach classes about body work all over the planet, and it showed me a joy of embodiment when you're allowed to choose what's going to create greater for you. And she was allowed to choose that because I was willing to be the difference I truly be and use the tools and not be the normal parent that would have been afraid for her children. Another story, this is another one, it's kind of fear-based too, but my son, who was 13, and he was playing video games all the time, and I'd heard so much stuff about how terrible video games, they still talk about it all the time. And he said to me, Mom, the one thing that I really, really, really have joy with that makes me happy is playing these games, and everyone makes it wrong. And that moment I stopped. I was like, I am never going to make him wrong for playing video games again. And now, after the many years that have gone by, he's a computer science major who's got a communion and ability with computers that is extraordinary. And I know that choice that I made, not making him wrong, allowed him to have that ability and capacity of him that's the difference of him. It's what's different about him. And it's creating his future. And he loves it. It created joy then. It's still creating joy for him to work in that medium that is something he is incredibly gifted at doing. And my daughter, who jumped in the pool, her ability with her body, she's an incredible athlete. And what I see with her creating now, and she's not 3 anymore, and he's not 13. They're 15 and 23. They're creating their futures in their lives, and me willing to be different allowed them to have that choice without someone stopping them from crazy fears and normal parenting. So, be willing to be a bad parent. Do stuff that doesn't make sense to everyone else, but something that creates more, that you can ask questions about. Will my child be safe? Is my child playing a video game creating his future in a way that I've never even imagined or considered? Ask questions, see what's possible. What difference could you be to create parenting with more ease and more joy than you've ever possibly imagined. Thanks for listening. It's Glenna Rice, Dr. Glenna Rice. Bye-bye.